All right, well, fellas, let me tell you something. You want to hear something? Let me tell you something. All right, so Bern, you got a boy and a girl. Liam,
Sure
you got a
do.
girl, and
Mm-hmm.
then I got a girl and a boy. And there's a
Mm-hmm.
difference. There's a big difference between raising girls and raising boys. And I'm gonna give you prime example what I'm talking about here. Okay. So
Mm-hmm.
my son, 13 months, just on the cusp of walking. Right?
Just
Right
did
on
his
the cusp.
just did his first pull up. We got it.
Right on the cusp. He's been deadlifting. Everything's great. Right on the cusp. Okay. So he has the walker thing. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
the walker where he puts his hand, the walk behind it, yada yada, the whole thing, right? My daughter had the same one, and she would walk, right? And she would go at a leisurely pace. She would maybe bump into a wall. She bumps into the wall, she backs up, she turns, she makes her adjustments, goes around, right?
No
Then
dice.
maybe, or maybe she sees something coming, she'll stop, she'll make an adjustment, go around, no problem.
She
My
learned how to K.
son,
She did a K turn at 16 months. You know what I mean?
right.
Like
She knew
she
what she was
figured it
doing. She
out.
started walking at 9 months, no big deal.
Yeah.
But either way, she was doing her thing. But my son, he goes barreling into a wall, right? And then just starts ramming the walker into the wall. And instead of making adjustments, he's
Nope.
getting mad at the wall for not moving. And he's
Yeah.
like, get this fucking wall out of my way. And the worst thing is, I'm looking at him thinking, like, yeah, fuck that wall.
Yeah.
All right? You
Yeah.
fuck that wall. All right?
I was
Then
gonna
you
say
get that ball fucking move.
He'll
Huh?
he'll figure it out. You know what I
at least
mean?
at least you know he's yours.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. Also, like, he's 13 months, hasn't started walking yet. He's a little behind. There's a girl in his class that's walking, and she's like 10 months or something, right? And I'm like,
Yeah, but
yeah, well,
girls
throw
do
fucking.
everything faster. They're fucking.
I also said, throw fucking 10 pounds on her. Huh? See how fast she's fucking walking with an extra 10.
Oh, he's a
Okay?
beefy boy, is he? He's a little beefy
Oh, he's
boy.
fucking 30 pounds. You kidding me? He's a fucking ham hock. Look at the
Solid.
size of that ham hock.
Nice base. Strong
Oh,
base.
buddy. He's the youngest kid in his class and the biggest kid in his class. That's what I'm dealing with. All
Buddy,
right?
my son didn't start walking. I used to describe it as when he started moving independently, he was constantly trying to stay in bounds for an extra 3 yards. He couldn't walk straight. All he could do was sprint on his tiptoes and kind of be leaning to the side for like 15 feet and then
Mhm.
fall over. He constantly
Yeah.
looked like he was trying to get an extra 6 yards. But
Yeah, yeah.
he couldn't walk a straight line, but he could tiptoe that sideline at full speed like a mofo.
Oh,
That's
man.
how they roll, man.
Just trying to stay in bounds. You
Try to
know?
stay in bounds.
That's it. Love it. All right. Well, speaking of trying to stay in bounds, this is the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Bern Podcasy, and that handsome penis of penny tree having son of a bee is Liam Reese. Oh, God, he's got the penis of a penny tree.
So
Either
cute, so
way,
beautiful.
tonight we're going to recap the Rumble. Recapping the Rumble. Maybe answering some questions about Monday Night Raw, which was a good Raw. It was a good Raw.
Was a
Good
good
Raw
Raw.
in Philadelphia. And then we're going to go over the Super Bowl. Liam and Bern are going to make their picks for their fantasy week. It's going to be a lot of fun. So let's get started. So, the Rumble was awesome. Great Rumble. Great Rumble.
I agree. Both of them I thought were good.
Both of them were good. Let's start with the women's. Love Liv Morgan going over. Love Liv Morgan going
Me too.
over.
She's definitely gonna leave Judgment Day, right? Like she's gonna turn face. Everybody's cheering for her and chanting, "You deserve it." She's not a heel anymore, dude. I don't think they can like run from it anymore.
No.
She's popular. She's over. They're gonna have to. She's gonna have to
finish
turn.
second 2 years in a row, I think, at the Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like she's paid her dues. She's been awesome in every storyline she's been in. And
Yep.
I don't think she didn't call her out her person last night. Or she might be Stephanie Vaquer, maybe. I don't know. But we'll see.
I don't think she picked yet. She
hasn't
didn't say
picked,
what
but
she
I
was
know
gonna do.
Raquel fought Stephanie last night. And like,
Yeah.
Liv was involved in her losing that, which is great. So they're gonna have
it kind of feels like, yeah, you're right. It kind of feels like that's what direction they're going. Which
Would
I'm
be
for
great
it.
too. I would love this if let's have Liv win it, and then let's have Raquel win the Money in the Bank contract, and
There you
then
go.
how it splits up. Raquel cashes in on Liv.
Yeah, and then she's
Yeah.
running from her life from Raquel for the rest of it. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Boys, I got two questions. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of them is going to come off really shitty.
Women's questions or men's questions?
Women's questions.
Love it. Okay.
Two of these. The first one's going to sound really misogynistic and short-sighted. I don't mean it like that. And the second one is going to be more wholesome, where we bring it all back. Okay.
Cool.
As a guy who has not watched the WWE in a long time, did not realize there were this many talented female performers. Sure. I'm not going to lie. And I don't know if this was a Saudi Arabia thing or a general thing. When did all the women start wearing full bodysuits? Okay. Because my question is it a regional thing because they were in Saudi Arabia? Is that their normal costume, or is that just because of where they were?
So initially when they started wrestling in Saudi Arabia, women weren't allowed on the card, right?
Of course.
And then eventually they were allowed to have one match on the card, right? And the one match they had to be covered head to toe, right? So, except for their face, you know what I mean? Face and hair. So but then now they're allowed to have women's matches. They had a women's rumble, but the deal is just cover them up.
If this women's rumble took place in Cleveland, would they all be wearing full bodysuits?
Did you watch Raw?
No,
absolutely
I did not get to watch it. Okay. So that was my question was, and here's my question is like, because I actually think there's something that makes sense about it, is that like back in the day when I was watching wrestling, the women were essentially wearing underwear, which kind of prevents them from doing like a certain, like there's only so far they can go with the physicality and the moves before things start to get a little obscene. So I was wondering if the bodysuit thing was like it's because we're in Saudi Arabia, or because now you can just go do all the crazy shit you want to go and you don't have to worry about like a nipple popping out. But you're telling me on Raw Monday night, they were back in some more.
If
there was
you
more
saw
skin.
Liv Morgan's outfit last night, you would have fucking splooged all up.
She's fucking 10 out of 10, dude.
Hot, dude.
That was my
rocket.
That was my first question. My second question is, as a fellow girl dad, to two other girl dads,
sure.
Who are your little girls' favorite?
Liam, we'll say it at the same time.
Oh yeah, I think all little girls probably have a favorite. Me and
Liam's, our daughters have the same favorite. On three, Liam, you ready?
I don't think they do.
I think they do.
Fine, go ahead. Ready?
On one,
the favorite one.
All right, I'm gonna count you guys down. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Tiffy time. Oh. I thought your daughter was a Tiffy time girl.
She does love Tiffy time, but nobody tops Rhea Ripley. Dude.
Oh, see, I love that too because Rhea Ripley's a fucking badass. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like Rhea Ripley beats up some dudes, you know, and it was great. Like the best thing WWE did was when she had the storyline with Dominic, where they were together. It was clear she was mommy and he was baby Dom.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, wait. This makes sense though, because Liam's daughter is older than your daughter, and Liam has already said like his daughter also likes the kind of soap opera-y like stuff that like comes along with these stories. Where Maddie, your daughter, whose name is, by the way, the Monster, she might just be more interested in sheer physicality and
she likes she's still like on the look too. Yeah, because like. If you look at Tiffy, she looks like Barbie. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
And so she's got the big blonde hair. She's a former Olympic gymnast. She's on the same team as Simone Biles. Like, so she's a super athlete. Her finishing move is called the prettiest moonsault ever. You know what I mean? So like, she's and her whole thing is Tiffy time, right?
Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
So she's very catchy. So like, my daughter picks up big on her. And she's younger than Liam's, but Liam's daughter also sees like the badassery in Rhea Ripley. So she's like, no, this chick's badass and whips ass. You know
well,
what
also,
I mean?
Liam's daughter is a little more technically aware of what's going on in the ring
Correct.
as like a more advanced gymnast herself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, the best, honestly, one of the best storylines in the last 2-3 years was the triangle of Rhea Ripley, Liv Morgan, and Dominic Mysterio that culminated at SummerSlam when
That's really what drew her
it was
in.
so good.
Like,
it was so fucking good how they did it. I was
Mm-hmm.
hooked up, dude. It was must see TV. It was
the
so
Rumble,
good.
the women's Rumble in general is what brought her in, but then like what got her like really going was Rhea's storylines. I can tell
Yeah.
she's waiting for Liv to come around to like leave
Yeah.
the Judgment Day. You can tell.
And be a face.
she wants
Yeah.
to go for it, but she knows she's not supposed to like her still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who won the Tiffy had the briefcase last year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and she took it from Nia, right? Nia Jax.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but dude, the women's rumble super good. There's some really good storylines there. I think too we're going to get a Raquel Rodriguez and Rhea Ripley storyline eventually because Raquel eliminated Rhea, which was good. Then you have like they build up some stuff with Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. Hopefully they'll get a split, which will be good.
They're dead. They're past that story. I think it's time for them to split.
And then they did something last night too. Where they're really trying to build up the women's tag team division. So now,
were those the two girls who were hugging, like the first two in, who were like kind of buddies for a while? Yes. Charlotte Flair. They were like buddies, and they were like, maybe gonna fight, but didn't really fight.
Their whole storyline started as like they were like enemies for a long time. And like Charlotte's like, no, I fucking hate you, but we have to tag team together because I want to win these titles. So like they tag team together, win the titles. Eventually they become friends and like stick up for each other. So then that was like the beginning of the Rumble last night. But they're leading up to them breaking up, and hopefully they make it like it'd be awesome if they did it over a dude, which would be great. You know, like that's just good writing. But then also they're trying to build up the tag team division because the whole team, like they said it last night, the real reason for Brie Bella coming back was her and Nikki want to build up the women's tag team division and get it over. Because now,
Bella twins are back. That was a big moment. Everybody was psyched for that.
Yeah, they're big.
What if they did it over a chick instead of a dude, and then that chick could be involved as well? I mean, right?
Yeah.
They're definitely not going to do that in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, Naomi won the briefcase last year. That's right. Naomi won the briefcase last year.
You're right.
And cashed it in at Mania, I think, right? Or at SummerSlam.
And fellas, I only have one more question for you.
Yeah.
Who's the soul chick who does that
Sol
move?
Roca. Oh,
dude,
God.
Sol Roca, she's awesome.
She stole my heart. She stole my heart right away. That move is fucking
it's incredible.
Insane.
And she hits it phenomenal. From anywhere.
She hits it from everywhere. I didn't know who she was.
The way she got into the ring was a somersault into a clothesline, like right out the gate. And then the whole Rumble, she's flying around, hitting that fucking awesome move. Dude, she is like going straight up. You know what I mean?
She jumped out to me.
I'll tell you, the women's, if you look at the women's division, there's so many high-level gymnasts, it's unbelievable. Like, Charlotte Flair was on a national championship cheerleading squad, high-level gymnastics, right? You look at Sol Roca, high-level gymnastics. You look at, J.C. Jane, high-level gymnastics. Obviously, Tiffy, high-level gymnastics. And there's another girl, I forget her name, another Olympic gymnast. Fucking Io Sky was an Olympic gymnast in fucking Japan.
Around,
You know, like, so, like, dude, they're seeing they're getting, you know, they know where to pick their fucking winners from, and these girls are fearless, they're strong, they're flying, dude. One of the things I love the most is Sol Roca. She does the soul snatcher, right? And then she picks them up like by like a belly to back suplex almost. Like she picks them up by their stomach. She doesn't like grab them by their hair. Like she physically lifts them up. I was like, I fucking love that she does that. You know,
she captured my heart, guys. And I don't know any of the back storylines.
She's like surfer chick. You know, her gimmick's over.
she caught my eye.
I think she stole the show, other than obviously Liv, but that she was like stole the show.
Breakout performance
Rumble.
for sure with Sol Roca, for sure. The other two matches on the card, Sammy versus Drew was okay. And then, I mean, he just fucking sucks. And I cannot watch him anymore. Gunther is fucking awful. Dude, if you can't have an interesting match with AJ Styles, you can't fucking have an interesting match.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
So the reason you watch wrestling is because you're watching these guys, and a lot of times it's because they can do shit that like you can't do.
Yes.
And it's impressive. You know what I mean? I could go up to anybody and do the fucking and sell the choke. You're like, come on, man.
Right.
Dude, and he's in the Rumble and doing the fucking chokes in the Rumble. Stop.
Stop, fucking
dude.
mad.
Stop.
So mad.
I said, he just brings everything to a screeching halt. Like, you know what I mean? Like the energy is through the roof. Then he gets in there, and the worst part is this career killer, fucking Goldberg, Cena, and AJ Styles. I'm sorry, dude, deserve so much better for their last match. They do, all three of them.
Also, Bern, if I told you would, if you when watching the Royal Rumble, the pay-per-view, you would watch over 7 minutes of a sleeper hold.
Yeah.
Over 7 minutes throughout the entirety of the show of sleeper hold. Go fuck yourself.
I wasn't able to watch it. I wasn't able to watch it live, but I did comb through YouTube, and I watched his individual match. And then I couldn't believe, I assumed that he was like a guy who was coming up and they gave him a solo match so that he didn't have to appear in the Rumble, because nothing about the Rumble is like, let me just give you sleeper holds. And
I know.
I couldn't believe when he showed up. But that he was by far the most underwhelming portion.
He's got to have dirt on Triple H or something, dude. I don't know.
Watching the Rumble, and he came out late, right? He came out late,
30. And he was number 30.
Like, why, dude, this guy?
I was messaging Liam like, if fucking Gunther wins the Rumble, I'm gonna fucking riot. Like, it's I was so fucking
his
mad.
name sucks, and he's kind of like half a Nazi in modern day America, which is weird.
His gimmick is he's a fucking Nazi. He's got a
trench coat, and like nothing about it is cool. Like I don't know. I didn't get him, I'm glad to hear that the guys who actually like this shit, like and follow it, also don't get him at all, because I didn't get him.
I'll tell you, he used to be over before he started doing the sleeper hold all the time. He did have some good matches. When he went out there just to chop you, dude, he would turn guys into fucking hamburger meat. That was cool. When he was out there wrestling like a big guy and just fucking beating the piss out of guys, I was all about it.
There's stuff you can do with big guys. I just don't get like the whole shtick is like,
the sleeper is so fucking
dude.
dumb.
We do the same thing. Every match is the same thing over and over, dude. I just can't do it anymore.
I can't stand it, and I can't stand you.
Can't stand you.
What'd you take? But other than that, Braun Breaker. So moving on to the men's rumble, started off. Obafemi had, dude, I'll tell you, NXT showed the fuck. Also, did you guys see last night's Raw where it was Obafemi versus the what are they called? The fucking Warriors or whatever. You know, the Viking Raiders. Yeah. Dude, he did it was like a choke slam to Ivar. Ivar's an easy 350, and he fucking posterized him. Right?
He was a monster.
Unbelievable.
I'm excited for like what the future's looking bright with these NXT guys. Like me and Matt were talking like on the so Obafemi, Young OG, and I consider Trick Williams in this because he just you know what I mean. He's still pretty new from NXT.
I thought he was great.
Yeah, Trick was awesome. Young OG
dude, in his
was
entrance
awesome.
when everyone's
whoop that
Saudi
trick.
Arabia, all of Saudi Arabia screing, "Whoop that trick!" You think Terrence Howard ever thought that would happen?
I have a special place in my heart for Trick because we went to when WrestleMania was in Philly, we went to NXT Stand and Deliver, and Trick Williams was the main event of Stand and Deliver. Awesome. Yeah, and it was a great match.
That was one of the best, dude. That was a great Mania weekend. Every show was great, but Stand and Deliver was an exceptional show across the board.
Yeah, we got to see Roxanne Perez was in that one. Oh God,
yeah. Wasn't it like 5 days of Mania in Philadelphia?
Oh, dude, it's a whole week. It's a whole thing, dude. It's cool. A whole thing. They just rake it in. So Braun Breaker comes out. He gets jumped by
First question.
Yes.
Who's hoodie guy? Right?
I think
hoodie
it's
guy
Logan
is
Paul.
Obviously a problem, right? Hoodie guy stomps him
Logan
out.
Paul, it could be.
Rolls him into the ring, right? And then Obi, who I don't know anything about, I could not take
fucking huge.
I could not shocked. Take my fucking eyes off that guy through the Rumble. He was awesome. Incredible. And Braun Breaker, I know, is a guy that both you guys kind of liked. And
I liked him to win it.
Might have a shot. Yeah, you guys were saying like last week, this guy might have a shot. And they rolled him out, and he got curb stomped right away by Sweatshirt Guy. Is Sweatshirt Guy been around for a while? This
is variations of Sweatshirt Guy. Yeah, go ahead.
There was another guy that had jumped them before, who is now in their gang. His name's Austin Theory, right?
Okay.
And like he used the curb stomp, but the curb stomp is the finishing move of Seth Rollins, right? So it's a misleading thing. The hoodie Sweatshirt Guy, I truly believe is Logan Paul, and I would really love a Logan Paul versus Braun Breaker because if you saw it last night, Logan Paul was the one really talking Braun down. Being like, Braun, come on, dude, don't do it. Like, he was the one that did the most talking besides Paul Heyman. So I can see Logan Paul being that guy. And if they do that and they go on an angle of Logan Paul and Braun Breaker, I'll be all fucking about it. Right?
Okay. So you guys are okay with Sweatshirt Guy coming out and like
as long as it's
Braun
not
Breakers.
Grayson Waller. If it's Grayson Waller, I'm fucking done. I'm fucking done with it.
So the story works. The story works as long as once that hoodie comes off.
Dude, if it's Seth Rollins, that's fine too. Because Seth Rollins used to run the Vision. Perfectly fine.
Yeah, if it's Seth, I'm okay with it too. Yeah, I agree.
And we can set up Seth and Braun. Great. I would love it. But then, so then you have Oba comes in. Oba is doing fucking work.
He roofs the first 5 dudes, you know?
It was awesome.
Yep.
Awesome. Right? And then the Rumble keeps heating up. Cody has a great performance in the Rumble. And then Brock fucking Lesnar shows up. So now they're going to set up Brock Lesnar.
Didn't bring his wife. Come on, man. No. I called his wife out. Come on, Brock. Bring your girl. Come on.
Bring old Sable?
Yeah.
But dude, they're setting up, they're gearing up to have eventually Brock Lesnar versus Oba Femi. And that'll be a 3-match program with a big blow off in a cage or a Hell in a Cell or something. It'll be fucking awesome. I will pay
so much beef.
3.
That's so much beef. That's so much beef.
So much beef.
And he's
so
like
much power,
he's like
so
the perfect rival for Lesnar. It's like who can go toe to toe with him? Only Oba Femi, right? And it's like for it to be 100% believable and everything, you know.
Yep. So then, and then a couple other storylines out of that. Cody and Drew McIntyre kept that going, which was great. Love seeing that. And then Cody and Drew McIntyre kept it going. So now I think Cody is going to win what's
Elimination.
next? Elimination Chamber, which, dude, Bern, if you like the Rumble, you'll love Elimination Chamber.
Elimination Chamber is cool.
So good.
It's very cool.
Dude, it's one of the best pay-per-views of the year, and it only happens once a year. It's awesome. So, Elimination Chamber, I think Cody wins that. Then I think it's going to be Cody and Drew at Mania, right? Mm-hmm. And then last night, so then what other storylines came out besides Roman?
I have two rookie questions I want to get out of the way.
Hit me, babe.
And these will be quick, and we'll get them out of here.
No, you're good.
Who are these 2 Americanos guys?
Okay,
wrestling under the same name, and they look different. And I was baffled by that. And what's the deal there? What the fuck are those guys doing?
Okay.
So the first one that came out, I was like, that's not Chad Gable, you know?
And they're both trying to unmask each other like they didn't know how masks work. Like you tie him up in the back. Like my son has a luchador mask. You don't just grab it from the chin. Like you put your own on. You know, that's not how it comes off.
So
what's these guys' deal?
I'll tell you this. I'm happy that they're doing this because okay. So there's the shorter El Grande Americano.
There's one guy who's very much taller. Like they're very clearly two different.
Yeah.
dudes.
The shorter one was the first one, right?
Okay.
He got injured and had to be replaced, right? So they sent in the other guy knowing like this gimmick is just a so far out of the way gimmick. Do you know where El Grande Americano's from? He's from the Gulf of America. Okay?
This is insane. All right.
He started like his whole gimmick started.
He lives on an oil rig in the Gulf of America. Got it.
He's the best luchador of all time. So it was an American guy saying he's the best Mexican style wrestler of all time. He was just supposed to be a heat magnet, right?
Right.
So then he ended up getting injured. He had to be replaced because he was already booked for a show at AAA, whatever. So then it was Chad Gable was the original one. Ludwig Kaiser fills in for him. Chad Gable is now back. Chad Gable is every wrestler's favorite fucking wrestler. When you ask these guys, they all, like Cody Rhodes has a show where he asks the guys to do a Mount Rushmore, or he asked them to pick a War Games team. Chad Gable is on almost every guy's team because he's a shoot fucking wrestler. He wrestled. He was an Olympic wrestler, a Greco-Roman wrestler. He wrestled in college. Like he's a shoot real wrestler.
He can do it all.
And he used to be on an amazing tag team called American Alpha, right? But they disbanded because of bad writing. So then, but the thing that sucks is they're not leaning toward, he should be the next Kurt Angle, right?
Yeah.
But they're not letting him do it. And they're fighting against it.
Do you guys know who both these dudes are? So you actually know who's under you guys know who's under these masks.
Everybody does. It's no secret.
I didn't. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was like a secret or if they were like, because they were like trying to unmask each other in like a way that was like.
If you saw, he did this. Chad Gable did "Thank you," like that's one of his catchphrases.
Okay,
and then Ludwig Kaiser does this thing because he used to be the mouthpiece for Gunther, and he used to do like this thing as like a salute to Gunther, you know. So that was Ludwig Kaiser.
Like a little like low Nazi.
Yes, very much.
Yeah, unbelievable.
Yes, very Nazi.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
I like the tall guy. I'm gonna go with the tall guy.
So either way, I'm really hoping this plays out so that eventually Chad Gable gets out of the fucking mask and he can get in a real storyline because he's incredible on the stick and he's fucking money in the ring.
What I don't understand is it's like they're trying to like keep away from him being like they don't want everyone to think he's like Kurt Angle light, but it's like they're fighting like natural, like his natural
wants.
It's what everybody wants him to be. Let him be that, and it's not a bad thing.
And
to be compared to Kurt Angle is not a bad thing.
Angle.
Well, here's the problem. Okay, do you know? So, like I said, Chad Gable was in a tag team before. They came up through NXT. They were the fucking best tag team in NXT. Then they came up to SmackDown and they had wars with the Usos. Honestly, like some of the best matches I've ever seen. He was in a tag team called American Alpha with him and this other guy named Jason Jordan. Do you guys know who Jason Jordan is?
No way.
Jason Jordan he's now a producer for WWE. He's behind the scenes, but he's half black, right? And they did a storyline where Jason Jordan, when Kurt Angle was the GM of Raw, they did a storyline where they had to break up American Alpha because they said Jason Jordan was Kurt Angle's illegitimate son.
Okay. So we're stepping in some muddy stuff from the past. Yeah.
If they would have fucking said Chad Gable was Kurt Angle's illegitimate son, we'd still be running that fucking gimmick. Okay?
Yeah.
But they didn't. And they fucked up.
One more question. And this is just as an old school guy, loving the video game, loving, 90s WCW.
Sure.
La Parka? What the
La
fuck is that?
La Parka.
That can't be.
That
I
was
mean,
awesome.
this got to be La Parka 12. Like, there's no fucking way.
Well, a couple of people.
And I like La Parka. La Parka automatically got the chair.
Showing.
He automatically got the chair every time you went to reach the crowd in WCW versus NWO. Yeah. But I saw La Parka come out, and I was like, "Am I on mushrooms, or is that La Parka?"
Oh no, it was great. I mean,
is he normally in the mix, or is he just
he's AAA? Right.
So WWE has a big stake in a couple other companies, TNA and AAA. And AAA is huge. Dude, like Dominic Mysterio wrestles down there all the time. Grande Americana wrestles down there all the time. Like they do a bunch of...
was for me. La Parka was for like the idiot who doesn't like pay much attention. And this would be like...
It was more
shit,
for
La Parka.
Like... Well, no, it was also for like the big... They have a huge Mexican following. So, like, La Parka is a huge legend in AAA in Mexico. So
and Iguana, Ray Phoenix was in the Rumble.
Yeah. Well, Ray Phoenix,
the Iguana guy, I wasn't even going to ask about because I was like, we don't have enough time for Iguana.
Liam, do you know Ray Phoenix is Penta's shoot brother?
Brother?
Like, that's his brother in real life.
Penta's brother, I did not know that.
Penta's brother, so if you ever want to look up one of the greatest matches of all time or the greatest series of matches of all time, so Penta and Ray Phoenix started off as a tag team, right? And they were called the Lucha Brothers, right?
Yeah.
And they might be one of the best tag teams of
maybe? Hermanos? Lucha Hermanos?
No, they were the Lucha Brothers, right?
Confusing.
And no, that's how they said it, right?
I know, but it's just confusing.
Confuse everybody, but once you watch them, there's no confusion. Ray Phoenix and Penta might be one of the best tag teams of all time. Their series with the Young Bucks is one of the greatest tag team series you'll ever see. Their matches with them are unbelievable. But the Lucha Brothers at one point were the best tag team in the world. No question. So when Ray Phoenix
one of my
came
favorites,
there
so
with Penta,
I'm definitely gonna look this up. I love Penta.
Eventually, when they get together, it'll like Penta's over as shit. So eventually, when he needs a tag partner and it's his shoot brother steps in, they will take over the tag team division because they are that fucking good. Bern, you had a question.
Yeah, can I ask you guys an uncomfortable question?
Talk to me, Daddy.
And I had read this a little bit. It was about the juice in the arena. Do you feel like the fact that this started at 10:30 p.m. in Saudi Arabia and didn't end until 2:30 a.m. in Saudi Arabia, while airing at 2 p.m. in the United States, did it take some piss out of the crowd? Because I read some articles that people said they didn't think the crowd was as live as it should have been for a Rumble. Was it too late? Was it in a different country that was too late and people were kind of spent by the end of it? Should the Royal Rumble... The other thing I heard was that I have a guy, one of the writers for Jimmy Kimmel, Sal Iacano, says that he has spent his entire life, he said he has 3 sons, and 25% of the tears that have ever been shed in his house have been over the Royal Rumble. And he was pissed off that it was at 2 p.m. because they always make a big deal and everybody takes their guys and they come in, but he's got young kids, so 2:00 in the afternoon on a Saturday was someone's got a baseball game, someone's got soccer practice, someone's got whatever. And did you feel like the crowd was a little out of it because it was, essentially 1 in the morning?
It just sucked that it was in Saudi Arabia. Like I wish
it would have been in like,
I think this is like a thing that they kind of maybe WWE owed them because they had when they started doing the Saudi shows years ago, they had the greatest Royal Rumble is what it was called. It was a 40-man Royal Rumble that Braun Strowman won, and it was years ago they did it. But I think they wanted Saudi was like, hey, we'll give you an extra $30 billion for the Rumble.
Sure.
I just hope they don't do many live events there.
I was just wondering if you guys you guys who pay more attention. Did you feel like the crowd was maybe a little flat, or did you think that they had a good pop?
I didn't notice anything, to be honest with you.
That was my question. Yeah.
All right. So I
only have one more thing written down in my notes. It just says LA Knight.
Oh, yeah.
I like that guy, man.
Yeah.
I like that guy.
I like LA Knight, too.
That was the only
Also,
prediction
he
I made
jumped
that
the
was
whole
right. But
vision last night. It was
I like
awesome.
that. Yeah, he fucked up a couple of very specific dudes. I know he's no spring chicken, but I liked his style, man.
He is over. He is all the way over, baby. He is fucking hard over for sure.
Yep.
Like, and dude, like you should have heard if you watch any highlights from Raw, the pop he gets. Like
Yep.
so at the beginning of the show, they started the show with Braun Breaker tearing apart the set and threatening Michael Cole and Corey Graves and calling out Adam Pearce and like saying, he's like, I'll shut this whole goddamn show down. I don't care. I got screwed out of the Rumble. The Vision comes out to try to calm him down. Paul Heyman's trying to talk the crowd down from like getting upset. And then Adam Pearce comes out, and then LA Knight's music hits, and the pop was deafening. And then he decimates everybody in the Vision. They're gonna do some stuff with LA Knight. I can't wait. He's over like Rover. He deserves a big shout at Mania. He deserves a lot of things to go his way. He gets over. He's great on the stick. He's good in ring. He's a true pro, and I'm excited to see what they have for him. And I love his name, LA Knight. It's awesome.
LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah. And he one word gets him over. Yeah. He's the best, dude. So, okay, and then last thing from the Rumble, we have Roman Reigns winning the Rumble, and then last night, what a promo. Him and CM Punk had a promo last night that was fucking gangbusters. So good.
CM Punk had the crowd in the palm of his hand, dude, in Philly last night. That was they were in it, dude. That was awesome. That was a good promo at the end of the night.
I hate Punk as much as the next guy, but he can damn talk on the stick. No way around it.
And Punk is definitely is he the belt holder?
Yeah, he's the current. Okay. So there's two current title holders. There's the Universal title. That's the Cody Rhodes belt. Drew McIntyre has it now. Then there's the champion or whatever, and that's what Puke has. And it's gonna be Roman and Puke at Mania. It's gonna be awesome. The lead up to that. I mean, if last night's promo was any example of how the lead up to that's gonna go, it's going to be fucking gangbusters. It's going to be a great lead up and hopefully great execution, even though Punk can suck in ring. But because he's just not believable. Because he's a vegan, he's out of shape, and he's a fucking, he's got the body of a fucking wet leaf. You know what I mean?
He's like 50 too, isn't he?
Also, if you see Roman has never been in better shape in his life. He's fucking cut out of granite. He's yacked. He's a fucking former D1 football player. He was at the top of the fucking WWE for almost a decade. He's the second longest title reign ever behind fucking Bruno Sammartino. And that's it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's definitely taking that belt.
He fucking better. Fucking better.
There's
no way. It's not believable. It's just not believable. The only way he wouldn't get it is if Rollins betrays him, which I wouldn't hate. I wouldn't hate. And then Roman can win the Money in the Bank contract, cash it in, the whole thing. It'd be great. All right. But that does it for the Rumble. Super excited for everything. We have next pay-per-view for WWE, and I think we should cover it, is we have Elimination Chamber coming up in 4 weeks, which will be awesome. And it'll lead us into Mania so we can start covering, Elimination Chamber, Mania, get some stuff going. But let's go over. All right. We're going to go over our picks for the Superb Bowl. Hey, Bern. Hey, Bern.
Hey, Matt.
What kind of bowl does Superman eat his cereal out of?
Your mother's upper lip.
Oh, my goodness. This might be the worst one yet.
This is Super Bowl.
I can't do it.
Super Bowl. Ah! Oh. All right, what about this one? What do you call a room with no doors?
I don't know, Matt. What do you call a room with no doors?
A mushroom.
Nice.
Liam, you want to call me on another line? We'll finish this off on a different meeting.
All right, let's talk about it. All right, who's leading off with this? LaSchmigley or Ben Winniti?
Well, I mean, what did we do? Last week we did the breakdown of the games. So what we got to do here is we got to make our picks for the game this week. We have to reveal which two of us will be facing off in fantasy, and pick those teams. And then we also have a handful of prop bets for you and some Super Bowl bets that we like. So I don't know, Maddie, what do you want to do first?
You guys, I'll give you guys. I have the line. I have the over under, and then we can get into some props.
So let's do our picks first, right? Let's do our picks, and then let's make the tiebreaker pick the total. And if that doesn't separate it, just so we can say who won everything at the end, then we'll figure it out from there.
Love it. Go ahead, Schmigs, hit us.
Okay, so our Super Bowl, you have Seattle, you have New England. Seattle right now is favored by 4.5. The over/under 45.5.
Ooh.
I think we should pick the over/under too, since we're only talking about one game.
Oh, I agree.
In this, I will take Seattle minus 4.5. I do think they're going to win by, maybe a touchdown, 2 field goals, or something weird like that. I do think they win by a touchdown, though. And I do think this game's going to go over. Because I think Seattle's going to score a lot.
Shocker, your boy here is taking the Patriots. The Patriots +4? You kidding me? Give me the Patriots and give me that under, Daddy. Slide under the fence. I think it's going to be a low-score, tightened game. Mike Vrabel does one thing well, and that's control the clock and smack you with his cock. All right? So give me Vrabes and the Patriots to give me the old penis a penny tree and give me the under. Bernardo, what do you got?
All right. Well, I liked where Liam was with Seattle in the over. You took New England in the under. So I kind of like, you know what I'm going to do here? Just for separation, just for content, I'm going to roll with Liam on Seattle, but I'm going to roll with Maddie on the under. This game started off 4.5 last Sunday night, and the line has not moved a fucking inch. It has stayed at 4.5 the entire time. The initial over-under was 46.5. It's moved down to 45.5, which means people are betting the under. So Liam has Seattle in the over. Maddie has New England in the under. I'm going to split the difference and take Seattle and the under just for fun.
Got a little info for you guys,
fellas.
Seattle is 4-1 against the spread the last 5 games. That's including playoffs, and they are 9-0 straight up in the last 9 games. So Seattle is fucking rocking and rolling right now.
Yeah, how many of those were against Mike Vrabel and the Patriots?
To Maddie's, pro here.
Chagrin? You want to say chagrin? College boy?
The opposite of chagrin, underdogs.
Well, you got to tell me what chagrin means.
The underdog spread is to your real dismay and you're upset.
Oh, well, fucking now you're using even more college words to explain a college word. You think I'm going to understand it, college?
To your disappointing understanding. But no, Maddie, you're here. The underdog versus the spread in the last 22 Super Bowls is 15-7. And point spreads
how do you
over
like them numbers, Liam?
3.5 are 17-5.
Ooh, so, how do you like them, Liam?
3 of the last 4 Super Bowl underdogs have been outright winners. So while I took Seattle, Maddie's got a little bit of he's got a little bit of a little bit of juice behind him. A little bit of juice behind him.
Chutzpah. You got any chutzpah?
Shoots pass.
All right. What do we got for some more proppies there, LaSchmigs?
Do we do proppies? All right.
I have a couple that I like. The one I like the most is Kenneth Walker III. 2 touchdowns gets you 3-1 odds. I love that bet.
Shigley.
I love that bet.
Okay.
JSN 2 touchdowns gets you plus 650. That's not that one's not bad either.
I don't hate it. Beniti.
I got one more.
Right.
If you throw this into a parlay, you get Walker III over 50 yards rushing and Hunter Henry over 30 yards receiving. That gets you at minus 120. Gets you pretty much
Hunter
even
Hurst
money.
Henry?
Yeah. Hunter Henry over 30 yards. I love that bet. And,
is his middle name Hurst? What is Hunter Henry's middle name?
I do not know.
If it's Hunter Hurst Henry, I will fucking lose my shizzy.
I think we would have heard that by now. People would have started calling him Triple H by now.
They should call him that anyway.
All right, you want some proppies, Maddie? You want some proppies?
Yeah,
from me?
Daddy, come on, prop it up, Prop Joe. What are you from East Baltimore, Prop Joe?
Oh, Prop Joe. God damn, he got done so dirty. Prop Joe was so good at his job.
Dirty.
My anytime touchdown for this game. I'm going Mac Hollins from the Patriots at plus 400.
That's not a bad bet.
This is the last game of the season, right? You don't hide anything. You don't keep anything tucked away. All your trick plays, all your bullshit. There's always some guy in a Super Bowl who barely. I remember Henry Hynoski. There's always some guy who's like the 12th best offensive player on your team who sneaks a touchdown in the Super Bowl. I'm going Mac Hollins anytime touchdown at plus 400. All right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going Travion Henderson total rushing and receiving yards minus 110 over 24.5.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, not bad.
This guy, he needs one, man. Whether it's a rush or a reception, he needs one. He needs one. We're going to get this to a different kind of level. I have a couple more bets. Both teams to kick 2 field goals. Both teams to score 2 field goals. These are 2 teams that defenses have been playing extremely well. That's at plus 175. Both teams to kick 2 field goals plus 175. That's plus money. I feel like that one has a
plus
real
money
shot.
ain't scared money.
And then I went to first yard drive receiving yards. Guys, this is a Super Bowl. We got Sam Darnold, who's going to be a little jittery.
Sammy D.
We got Drake Maye, who might have a bum shoulder. Didn't practice a lot last week. Him. I'm sure he's going to be fine. I took both.
Are you sure, Bern? Sure,
I am. Sherbert. I took both Kenyon Barner and Hunter Henry to have over 5 receiving yards in the first drive. Barner's plus 300. Henry is plus 320. If you parlay them together, it's plus 920. Both tight ends to have at least 5 receiving yards on their offense's first drive. That's $10. Wins you 900. Let's go, boys.
Oh, how about it?
Let's go.
Long shots.
All right. Love it. Okay. So are we ready to move on to draft?
Well,
draft it up. Oh.
Guys, got some good news and some bad news for you. We're going to be moving on to the fantasy draft portion of this. As all of our watchers, listeners, fans of the show know, only 2 of the 3 of us will be advancing to the Super Bowl, where we wipe the points away, we wipe the records away. It was all about getting to this day. At the end, when all was said and done, Liam Lishmize, the most beautiful penis in all of Westeros, accumulated 279 fantasy points over the first 3 rounds, coming in at number 1. Numero uno, our host, our host, our faithful host. He lives in a high-income area. He's got a great haircut and a great beard fade.
Loves the Patriots.
Loves the Patriots. And the HOA acquired an abysmal 175 points over the first 3 weeks.
Sure.
And your boy here, Uncle B, CP,
A.K.A. La Parka.
A.K.A. La Parka. I will be wearing a La Parka mask for the rest of
Not
the
a bad mask. Not a bad mask.
I just couldn't believe he was there. He always had a chair. 223 for me. Liam and I will be advancing to the fantasy football draft for the Super
You're
Bowl.
Happy, aren't you, Liam? You're fucking happy, aren't you?
Very happy.
Now we're throwing away the points. It's 0-0 coming into this right now. But Liam did beat me out last week on the closest score. He actually had Seattle winning over the Rams by exactly 4 points. So Liam will be choosing where he wants to draft in this 2-man snake draft, which is not something most people ever really do.
2-man and the snake.
Now, there's something we need to talk about. Before we do, we need to talk about it, right? We know there's only 2 starting quarterbacks. We know there's pretty much only 2 starting running backs. We're going to pick 5 players. Liam, how do we want to do this? Do we want to incorporate a kicker? Do we want to incorporate a defense?
I say we just keep it simple. You do QB, running back, wide receiver. You got 5 players. We're only talking about 2 teams here.
Well, it's only 4 It's only 4 players. So what do we do then? Tight end?
So,
you know what I mean? What do we want to do? Or do we want to do you have to draft a quarterback, a running back?
Just throw the defense in, I guess. You just take it.
Or quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and then 2 flexes.
Quarterback, running back, wide receiver, 2 flexes.
2 flexes, I don't know. The Patriots have a second running back. The Seattle does not. They both have a tight end that's worth a damn. Neither one of them really has.
Or we each take a tight end.
So
you either take Barner or you take Henry.
So you want to do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and a flex? Or do we have to get kickers and defenses involved? Because I hate getting kickers and defenses involved. If we don't have
Who doesn't?
But I'm willing. Let's talk it out here. You know what I mean?
I want to talk it out.
Just take. So do quarterback, running back, wide receiver, and then you can just pick whatever after that. You know what I mean? You take a quarterback, you take a running back, you take 2 wide receivers, and then you just take whatever after that. If you want it to be a tight end, it can be a tight end. You know what I mean? You have to take at least 2, or whatever. If you want to take 2 tight ends, be my guest. But
that's what I'm saying to you. So maybe the fairest way to do this is quarterback, running back, wide receiver, tight end, flex. Right? So that way we'll each have a quarterback, a running back, a wide receiver, a tight end. We'll be on whatever sides of the aisle we're on. And then you have you want to grab another wide receiver, you want to grab Travion Henderson, you want to grab
that's fine. So QB, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then your pick. Right?
I feel like that's not a terrible way to do it. Right?
Nah, that's fine. Yeah, we can do that. There's enough wide receivers around.
Do it. Let's go. Start it up.
All right. Well, Liam, where would you like to choose?
I will choose first for the first time.
Wow! Wow! Liam.
Wow.
Throwing off.
Well, this time there's no advantage to taking my favorite spot, you know?
Oh, You've always been a number 2-man.
All right, Liam.
All right, give me some JSN first.
JSN is off the board.
All right. You guys get 10 seconds to make your picks.
Whoa,
Go.
Matt. Whoa, Matt. I just
don't want a lot of dead air.
You're not going to get a lot of dead air because I'm going to go, man, I think this is going to show how we're feeling about this entire thing. I'm going to go with Sam Darnold and Walker the Third.
Woo! Woo!
Okay, you're taking Darnold and Walker the Third. All right, then I will take Hunter Henry.
Smart.
Hunter Hurst Henry.
And Mr. Stefon Diggs.
Ooh, the Diggler.
Got your flex in there. All right. I am going to take. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4,
one
5.
for good luck.
I am going to take.
The good, the bad. Taking both, and there you have. The facts and line. The facts and line.
I'm going to take Cooper Kupp.
Ooh, the Cupper.
Okay.
And
No dead air.
I am going to take.
Yo mama.
Let's see here.
Liam's mama.
I'm going to take Ramondre. No, I'm going to take Trayvon Henderson.
Ooh, old Travy. All right, Lishmigs, to you.
All right, then I have the last two, right?
I have one left to go. You
Okay.
have two, and then
All
I
right.
have one.
But I go twice now, right?
You go twice.
Yeah,
You
so
sure
that
do.
means so I'll take Stevenson as my running back
Ooh,
and Drake May as my QB.
Drake May. Drake May.
And I'll take Barner as my tight end.
Done and done. Well, that does it. Look at that, fellas. Just in the nick of time. All right. Anything else we want before we get the hell out of here?
I mean, I'm just happy that Liam likes the Seahawks, but has taken 4 Patriots in this draft. And I like the Seahawks, and I
That's
got
just the
4
way it
Seahawks.
shook out, you know?
I hear you, man. I hear you.
That's the way
You know?
the cookie crumbles, Daddy. All right. Liam, anything?
Yeah, Matt. You know, you're talking all this shit about steel sharpens steel and blah, 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 blah. Well, you know what the Seahawks aren't? They ain't
What?
fucking, you're not going to be playing in the snow, and you're not going to get fucking shitbag quarterbacks like they did. They had the easiest path to the Super Bowl fucking ever. Okay?
I mean, you know, if they win this, they'll have beaten 4 of the top 5 defenses. No big deal.
Yeah,
But
now they
whatever.
have to actually play a good quarterback. So have fun with that.
Oh, wow. So Trevor Lawrence wasn't a good quarterback? Your guy Stroud, not a good quarterback?
Stroud is not a good quarterback, and I think we saw that live in color.
Or maybe the Patriots just was a better defense. You're not giving them enough credit.
That was a horrendous showing by Stroud, dude.
Wow, big college word there. You know how I feel about college words? Huh? What do you burn all of a sudden, college?
No.
All right. Well, speaking of college, this has been another episode of the Working Perspectives Podcast presents The Retorted Show. I'm Matt Lavelle. He's Bern Podcasy, and that penis of a penny tree having son of a bitch is Liam Reese. God. And just in case you're wondering, you can find all our stuff and all our content on podcast platforms and YouTube at Working Perspectives Podcast. You know us on Instagram at Working Perspectives Podcast, or us on Twitter and TikTok at Working P Pod. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, please email us at workingperspectives@gmail.com. And please like and subscribe. We'll keep bringing you this sweet, sweet content. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll catch you on the flippy. Thanks. See ya!